Hey everybody, and welcome to the Jersey Comic Krew. We are the ones who discuss your favorite comic books, movies, and TV shows. As always, I'm Rob Moran, and with me is
Chris Heller.
We do want to warn you guys, though, that sometimes our conversations lead to spoiler territory. Make sure you pay attention to the description down below, or if it's audio, it should be to the right or left or down below as well.
Down below.
Down below. It's all down below.
Everything's down below. I think it.
You know what I mean?
So what's going on, man?
Not much. I'm a little self-conscious now.
Why?
We're talking about how I look in the camera. Aside from me looking beautiful, you're saying I have baby wrists.
No, it's depth. Baby wrists.
I know.
It's just a depth perception with some of the camera stuff. Like my arm looks tinier than the other one, and like my hand looks bigger here because it's closer than your baby arm here.
All right.
No, you look great. You look fine.
All right, we got a great episode for you guys. But if you haven't already had the chance, we just dropped not too long ago a Captain Marvel review, which you should check out.
Yes. And
also, we went in depth in the Avengers trailer, gave our speculation of what's going to happen. Give those a watch. Let us know what you think in the comments of those videos. But today, we got more Marvel news, Chris.
More Marvel news.
So on March 20th, which should be in a couple of days by the time we release this, the Disney Fox deal is going to be 100% done.
Woo!
So the reason why we're reporting this, and obviously we need to talk about this, is because everybody just assumed this was 100% final, that this was coming through.
Yeah.
But there's just one last little bit of red tape that they have to cross before we could just bring the X-Men and Fantastic Four and other movie characters into this world.
Yes, 100%.
I was like, I'm trying to segue for you to talk.
Yes,
and you were just saying yes.
I was being a yes man. So yeah, 100%. There's legalization, especially for a deal this big. We're talking 75 more, almost $76 billion deal.
$1 billion.
Yeah. Why make billions when you can make millions?
What?
Austin Powers. Why make billions when you can make millions?
Oh.
Well, it's a common line. You got Jesus.
That movie messed me up as a kid.
I
thought it was supposed to have 3 nuts for a while. I'm not gonna lie.
You would be the kid who thinks he has to have 3 balls.
And he's like 1, 2, 3.
And you start crying.
And then I was watching it and went like, wait a minute.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
I was like, I only have 2. Am I wrong or is he wrong? I think he's wrong. I think it's a joke. But as a young boy, I was like, maybe not.
As a young boy of 15, I was totally.
Yeah, exactly, right? And I was like, should I ask somebody? I was like, I can't ask. They're gonna ridicule me. But now, in the name of entertainment and fame, I will ridicule myself. I hope you're happy.
That's amazing. Oh, that's the greatest story I've heard all day. So yes,
it was kind of scary.
Again, a $76 billion deal.
Yeah.
It's finally going to be wrapped up on March 20th. And we've heard from Kevin Feige, head of MCU. We've heard from Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, that once this deal is done, their plan is to hit the ground running with particularly the X-Men franchises, Fantastic Four franchises.
Correct.
So
we do know they're taking a little bit of a break after Spider-Man Homecoming. Yes. Not Homecoming. Far From Home, whatever. Vacation. Spider-Man Vacation.
Spider-Man in Paris.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't know if you're trying to be funny or racist.
It
didn't work either way. Okay, thank God. The French people, they like to start wars, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a good one. We surrender.
I wrote it down.
And then they start
It's
wars.
on my baby hands.
The baby hands. But yeah, no, so basically the deal should be done then. Also, Simpsons become a Disney property, which is really big. Hulu is marginally a Disney property by most of the stock values.
And we know they're going to do a lot of the darker, edgier stuff there.
Yep. X-Files becomes a Disney property. Stuff like that. So Alien becomes a Disney property. Which is crazy to think about, like the mouse and freaking Alien.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of Fox properties.
I'm still more scared of the mouse than Alien.
No, dude, Alien fucked me up as a kid, man. The first one, it's terrifying.
But look, the political power that the mouse has.
The power that Mickey Mouse has. Yeah,
I was going to do the voice, but I got too scared to do it. I was like, I don't know if I can follow it. I do it okay, Mickey Mouse, but yours was really good.
I've been doing it for a while. But yeah, so excited to see what they have. Hopefully, in my opinion, Doctor Doom is the next big Thanos
would make sense
character. I love Doctor Doom, probably one of the best, if not the best, Marvel villains ever.
I agree. I think if he's done correctly, people are going to like him more than Magneto.
Yeah, and MCU.
We were talking about, like, I would like Michael Fassbender as Doctor Doom. We were talking about that a little while ago.
Yeah, so we have a WhatsApp chat of our podcast because Rob, for some reason, likes to talk a lot. It's like he does a podcast or something.
It's like the guy who likes to talk likes to talk.
Exactly.
I like my voice.
Yeah, you do.
It's when I'm driving, so that way I don't get a ticket.
Exactly. So, yeah, I was actually in the shower, and Rob, like, I was listening to it almost like a podcast, like your 40-minute, like, because half the time you're just like, and and I'm like, get to the fucking point.
Sometimes they go on for like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
90 seconds is
It's not 90 seconds the whole time.
I feel like it's when you have to like switch lanes or put your signal on. You're just like,
just to feel the quietness. I'm like, I'm doing something here.
But yeah, no, I like that idea of if they wanted to keep Fassbender based on talent actor, maybe instead of doing Magneto again. Mm-hmm. He becomes the big bad of Doctor Doom. I'd be on board with that.
Right?
I think that'd be cool.
Glad you like it.
I do like that idea.
I'll call my buddy up, tell him to do it.
Yeah, you should. Your buddy, but your
Michael
buddy.
No, Fassbender.
Oh yeah. Go, call him. Yeah, call him now. Why not?
We're doing the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be rude to you.
Of course.
Yes. Well, speaking of, if I could grant wishes and Disney, we gotta talk about the new Aladdin trailer. Yes, we're seriously gonna get a segue and do it because I am practicing
segue sound thing.
Is that how they sound?
I don't know. I don't know. They're probably more wienery.
They're probably quiet.
They're probably really quiet.
Yes, but the new Aladdin trailer did drop and release. We both watched it.
Yes.
Showed us more about the world and stuff like that. Genie, to me, definitely looked better than the first time.
A little bit.
We saw more of the world. I'm liking it.
I thought the world looked gorgeous.
Yes.
I thought Agrabah looked really good.
We heard more of Jafar's voice. I'm getting more accustomed to it.
I didn't like Jafar's voice at all. It's not even so.
I don't like it. I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like Jafar's voice at all in this film so far. I mean, from the trailers, it's not even deep. You know what I mean?
It's not deep.
It's not even like deep, like street rat. Like really deep. It doesn't have to be like as sinister, like over the top sinister as the cartoon. Like
I would love that though.
I would love it too, where everything's like uber diabolical. He's like eviler Mr. Burns kind of.
Yeah.
But like I wanted the deep, like how dare you street rat.
Let me ask you a question.
Something like that.
Because it kind of looked like we got a glimpse of this in the trailer.
Yeah.
Of him turning into the Red Genie.
I think it has to happen.
You think so, right?
It has to. That has to be the third act.
Right? They don't change that up.
No, I don't think you do.
Now here's the other thing.
That's one of the best parts of the movie.
Are they going to keep that as a quote unquote secret reveal, or are they going to show it in marketing material?
I think you save it for maybe do toys, and you save it for the secret reveal.
Okay.
Because then you get
for some who don't
too at the end of the movie.
Oh, that was a cartoon, sir.
Huh? But no, like I think what's gonna like Erica wants to see it. My girlfriend Erica really wants to see it. She's a huge Disney fan. I know you're a huge Disney cartoon
We were
fan.
singing Tarzan to each other.
That's right. You and Erica were doing Tarzan.
Don't roll your eyes. Who doesn't love Tarzan?
I love
It's
Tarzan.
top 3.
I love Tarzan.
Is it top 3?
Not top 3. No way.
It might be.
No way.
I think it's
Get
in my
out of
top
my
3.
house.
I'm confident it's in my top 3.
Lion King.
No.
Aladdin.
No.
Hercules.
Yeah. I think that's 3 for me.
Aladdin's top 3.
I have Beauty and the Beast, Tarzan, Hercules. You can call me a girl if you want to, and I'm sticking to it.
You are a girl. But we know that.
Yeah, I'm a 13-year-old girl, and you're a 90-year-old man. We understand
I'm
this.
fine with that, yes. But for me
You're
personally...
going to die soon.
Maybe. For me personally, what's going to make or break the movie for me is the climaxing point is A Whole New World.
Yeah.
Is the do you trust me? And getting on the carpet and doing the song, do you trust me? That's going to be what kills
You're supposed to grab my hand.
I'm not grabbing your hand. I saw the muffin you had earlier. Your hands are probably still muffiny.
No, they're clean.
But no, to me that is the climax of the movie where the movie turns from the young, poor kid who's just trying to make something of himself to like, oh my god, I can be myself with her even though she comes from a different world. Like this is where I can turn, and now I have to tell her, but then everything hell breaks loose. So to me, that point is going to be what makes or breaks it for me. Will Smith as Genie, I'm getting kind of used to. I still think he looks a little weird.
I think he's going to be fine. I think his personality is going to carry over any mishaps or not proper looking that we're going to get, and I'm just going to fall in love with him and his bigger than life personality.
I hope so. I mean, again, I don't think anyone, and especially anyone watching us right now, you can see me looking at you. I don't think you should be comparing him to Robin Williams.
Correct. You can't.
If you are watching this movie, do not even try and don't go online and say, oh my god, he wasn't Robin Williams. Yeah, no shit, he's not Robin Williams. No one's Robin Williams.
You can't. No matter who the actor was going to be,
exactly.
It's bigger than life shoes.
Like, look at the play. Like, I saw the play. in New York, and the guy who plays the genie has won Tonys for it.
Was he even blue?
No,
He wasn't a blue person.
It wasn't the Blue Man Group. It was
Oh.
so like no, he doesn't go blue, but they do a lot of cool effects with him popping in and out of different places and like making stuff happen. I thought in the trailer, like Genie making stuff appear and stuff, that was really cool.
It was.
And like the blue smoke kind of forms around it. That to me was cool. When he's blue, I'm a little like still a little on it.
Just to
But
be
we'll
expected,
see.
especially after the negative response that me and you both had
Yeah.
to that. Well, you more so than me.
Yeah, totally.
But we got to talk about more movie news.
Sure.
We mentioned it before that, Marvel's going to get a new toy box of action heroes and heroes to play. There is a tease for a new character going to be introduced in in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, guys.
Phase 4.
So the director
I don't
of...
even know what's in Phase 4.
We don't even know if it's a phase.
We don't know what Phase 4 is.
All right.
It could be me. It could be you. We don't know.
I like that. It could be us.
It could be us.
But talking about it, the director of Doctor Strange, whose name begets me. I don't know his name. Sorry.
I do, but
It's
keep
fine.
talking. I'll figure it out.
So he posted something on Twitter, and then he quickly deleted it. But you guys on the internet, you saved it. Thank you. And it was a cover of Fear Itself, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Where Doctor Strange is being dragged down underwater, and we see Namor in the back corner. That's right, Namor, the king Atlantean, who's technically also a mutant, but we'll get into that.
He has wings on his ankles.
He does. Mm-hmm. We see, if you're reading the comics, Namor is actually a big part of the Avengers comic right now. Well, not in the current moment, but he was a couple issues ago.
Yeah, in the arc.
In the arc, yes. So this has a play to me that maybe in the Doctor Strange movie, the second one we're going to get, because we know there's a second one, right?
Yes, 100%.
That Namor is going to be introduced in that and gets us into this whole under the sea realm, which is not too far off base because of Aquaman, right? Aquaman did gangbusters in there.
Yep.
People love the underwater stuff. We want to see more of that world.
And if Marvel does that, it's going to be amazing.
Exactly, because they're going to be just as beautiful, if not more so than, Disney. I was going to say Disney, than DC.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for Namor. Namor is definitely a character I like, and we were talking about Namor, how he should be in the world. I can see a Namor video game. I can see all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to throw this to you.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
I think it's awesome. I think the only thing would be what direction they take Namor. So
what do you mean?
So early in the comics, when Namor started, he was in Fantastic Four for a bit, and he got his own book. He was with Iron Man for a bit.
Wasn't he like one of the first Marvel characters or something like
He
that?
was, and he was a villain.
Okay.
So if Marvel takes him as villain first, then kind of changes to become like anti-hero hero, that's going to be interesting and new for them. In my opinion. If you do, either way they do, it's going to be new, right? Because if they do him just as a hero, based on which is a longer kind of run, historic wise, he's still kind of a douche in his heroics. Mm-hmm. But if you do a longer run with him more of as a hero, it's still going to be different, right? You're talking underwater. They could honestly,
and he's a king.
They could pull off a movie underwater, the whole thing that you don't see air. The whole time, you know what I mean? If they really wanted to, if in his solo movie, but
because you also have the Avengers have gone down there with magic and not been an issue.
Exactly. So if you do it in Doctor Strange, you do kind of you take storylines from Fear Itself. That'd be pretty cool.
If I'm not mistaken, doesn't Namor and the Invisible Woman have a friendship relationship kind of thing? They know each other. I remember reading some issues.
Yeah, they
are very friendly with each other and they know each other.
They're
very well.
friends, and Namor has a lot of respect for her.
Okay. So he could also tie into them because he was a villain for them, right?
Exactly. He could. Yeah, he was a villain for them for a while. So if they wanted to use Namor as a villain instead of you kind of tease Doctor Doom instead of just throwing Doctor Doom into the Fantastic Four, and you wanted to do Namor instead.
So you introduce Namor in Doctor Strange,
possibly
as kind of that third party, that aggressor, but he's not the main antagonist of that film.
Yeah.
Then we know Namor. We see him again in Fantastic Four as the villain, and then by the end of it, maybe he's that anti-hero and helps him out.
Or they have a common enemy in Doom, and he has to protect his realm with the other Avengers and the FF and the mutants or whatever.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I remember back a while ago now, because we've been doing the show for a little while, the Defenders that Marvel had on the TV show that we all know, that's Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones.
Yep.
They're not the original Defenders.
No.
It was with, if I'm not mistaken, let me see if I get it right.
Okay.
Hulk,
Yes.
Doctor Strange, and Namor.
Doctor Strange and Namor, yes.
So they could also be doing that route and maybe have that team up.
That'd be pretty cool. Like they do a OG Defenders, and then you get like
I could see
you
that.
easily get Hulk in a movie without like it being a Hulk movie.
So because everybody wants more Hulk, because
That'd
he
be
did
cool.
very well with Thor Ragnarok, right?
And after Infinity War, who doesn't want more Doctor Strange?
Right.
I mean, seriously,
Fantastic.
I would. Obviously, you're going to get a Doctor Strange sequel because we have to continue that Baron Mordo story as well.
Yes.
But I think if you did Doctor Strange, throw in Namor, maybe even if it's a little bit, and Doctor Strange comes back up to the surface and goes to the Avengers, like, we have a new threat now that we never saw coming, and it's like
right on our shores
and
or
it's
something.
under our nose, literally, it's under the water.
And it keeps teased like Namor is like a big villain or bigger. Then
Yeah.
we're like, oh, we know he's gonna be fine.
But then
Like he could be like the Loki of the New Phase.
Totally could be the Loki.
Wow.
That's perfect. He could totally be the Loki of the New Phase.
I thought,
and
of that.
he could.
I'm happy. I want to pat myself on the back.
God. But yeah, no, he could totally be the Loki of this new phase of movies where it's like, yeah, he's a total dick. Yeah, he's only out for him and himself, and he knows he's stronger and more powerful than you, and he's going to show you and beat the hell out of you just for
Namor.
fun.
Oh man!
And then he's going to go back to his world and brag about it.
Dude, I'm so hyped
Like,
that they
that
bring
would
him
be
in
cool.
here. They can do so much with him.
That would be cool. Yeah.
All right, so one last little thing we got to talk about, guys.
Yes.
You guys talk about supporting us. So make sure you not monetary.
Oh, like not like
No, not like you giving me money, Chris.
I'm not giving you money.
No. I want them to give us a like, comment, a subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, it really helps us out. Make sure you share this with everybody that you can. If you're listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, or Podbean, thank you so much. Make sure you also leave a review on iTunes if you can. That helps with the algorithm and shares it with everybody.
Yay, sharing.
And last little piece of thing that we want to talk about is a show we haven't touched upon in quite a long time, Chris.
Yes.
It's Gifted Season 2.
Yes.
So what we want to do, we want to talk about some highlights from the show, where it ended, and where it's going next season. So before we start off, I want to tell you that for a while I did drop off.
Okay.
I finished everything. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But for some reason, it didn't keep my attention as well as season 1 did. I don't know what it was about it. I think it was the pacing was very slow.
I'll tell you.
And
Definitely
it felt very stagnant to me.
Okay.
So I felt like the show wanted to be revolved around the two kids and Polaris and the rest of the mutants, and I felt like the parents kind of held them back in a way. And then the whole like, oh, we gotta chase him, but they never really were on the run. They were in like a stronghold.
Okay.
It kind of felt like it was trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like it was trying to be like, I guess like a runaway movie, and also like a militant group fighting back.
Okay.
Two things at once. But what really pulled me in, the last like 5 episodes, I want to say, really got the gears rolling.
Yeah, that when it started kicking into high gear with the attacks and everything.
And I want to do a spoiler real quick. I want to talk about something that happened in the end. Ready? You should have all watched it.
Yeah, totally.
When the father dies
Yes.
and explodes himself and takes them out,
Yes.
I thought that was probably the best thing for the show.
Yeah.
I felt he was probably the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
Like him as a character, like, all right, I understand. I like the character. It's cool.
Yeah.
But like this allows for more character development for the two kids. Because the wife is a G. I love the wife.
I think Amy Acker in the show is really good. I think her progression this season I thought was better. Where she's more like
She's the medic.
she's the medic, but she's also like in season 1 she's like, no, they can't use their powers. They'll be seen. Now it's like, this is the world we live in. You do what you have to do to survive because I'm not losing a freaking kid again.
Exactly.
And meaning like because the brother went to the quote unquote
Hellfire Club.
Hellfire Club.
But
So-
it's called the Inner Circle.
The
in
inner
this.
circle, yeah. So I thought a couple of things in
Go
this
ahead.
season were I agree with you 100%. I thought the first half of the season's really slow. It was kind of like the same thing every week of like, hey, let's see if we could save these mutants. Hey, let's see where we could attack. I thought the addition
It was like rinse and repeat.
I did like the addition though of Rebecca for those couple of
Refresh
episodes.
me. Which one was Rebecca?
So Rebecca was the girl, one of the girls they broke out of the prison, that mutant prison,
Okay.
to use as the attack, and she could bend matter and
Yes.
reverse it, turn stuff inside
Wasn't
out.
she an ex of the guy? What's his name? Marcos? Or is that the different chick?
No, that's a different girl.
I'm mixing up names. You're right. I know what you're talking
She was
about.
the younger one who Andy had a short relationship
Yes,
with.
and she's gone.
And she died eventually.
Yeah.
But I thought that arc was really cool because it was like she looks like this kind of unassuming, normal like teenage girl.
Yeah.
Right? That they give her like this black outfit and she's on this mission with them. and then she has this power that is so sinister if used poorly. And you saw, like, not only did you see, like, her way of doing stuff where, like, she killed all those people in the bank, but you also saw the toll that her being in that mutant, like, prison/camp did to her. Like, mentally, she was insane. She was just hiding.
She was warped.
She was warped. So I thought that was a really cool aspect of the season as far as, like, the first half.
With regards to the mutant with that camp, one of the cool scenes I liked was when we kind of see the former FBI agent. He tied down
John.
Thank you. And then he's just doing the shotgun blast to the chest, and he's surviving, and he's taking the bullets out.
He's a badass, man.
He is.
I freaking love Thunderbird.
Thank you, Thunderbird. I was going to say Firebird, but that's a car.
Firebird.
Fireball. Anyway, so to see him get shot, and like, great acting, by the way.
Yeah.
Him throughout the whole season is probably one of the reasons why I'm still here.
Yeah.
Him with Polaris, and then what's her lover name? Light guy. Marcos.
Oh, Marcos. Yeah.
What's his like superhero name though?
I don't know.
I don't know if he has one.
I don't know if he has one yet.
Okay.
But Polaris, like, yeah, Jamie Chung as Polaris has been really good. Sorry, not Polaris. Blink.
Blink
Jamie
also.
Chung as Blink I really like. I also like Polaris as well, especially towards the end of the season.
Do we want to talk about the last bit with Blink?
Yeah, I want to definitely get to that. But first, I wanted to talk about, I thought what was really, like, once you started getting more information, it got way better.
Yes, it did. It got a lot better.
Once you started realizing that the mutant hate guy who was on TV was actually working with Reva, who was the head of
she was a puppet.
Inner Circle.
Well, he was her puppet.
He was her puppet. And then you had the
By the way,
guy from Central
he would be
Services.
great
Yeah.
as a J. Jonah Jameson. I kept watching him, and I'm
would be.
like, that's J. Jonah. That's J. Jonah.
I don't know. He actually might be a little too pretty for J. Jonah.
I don't care.
I still love J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah.
He's the perfect one.
J.K. Simmons.
He can still do it today.
Oh, 100%. Like, he could still do
This
JJ.
guy could definitely be a good JJ.
Yeah.
Okay, you were saying. Sorry, I didn't mean to
But
cut you off.
sorry, but I thought the stuff with that was good. Also with the Sentinel Service agent becoming one of the was it not the Ravagers, not the Reapers,
Murlocs.
not the Murlocs, the group the hate group that kills the mutants,
Puritist.
Purifiers.
Thank
you. I should know that. I'm an X-Men fan.
Bro, nothing against you. They have like 12 different names of the same thing.
They do. So the Purifiers, that arc was really good. Seeing the turmoil within him when it's like when they go down and kill all the Morlocks.
Bro, that was rough.
Which we go into Blink, and he's like, "You told me," and he goes back to him, and you see that scene where he's like, "You told me this was a terrorist group. There were kids and mothers and children living down there," and he's like, "And we just like blew half of them away."
Is he dead? Do you think at the end of the season? We saw him in the hospital bed.
No, I don't. I think he's messed up. I don't think he's dead.
Okay. I didn't think so either. I want him to continue. I like his arc.
I would like to see him have a latent mutant gene that activates.
I would love
and
that.
turn the tables on him.
But to be fair, we kind of saw that with the father already.
True, we saw that with the family.
So that might be too much of a trope.
Yeah, I could see that.
I would rather, though, his wife have it that he doesn't talk with anymore.
Interesting.
That would be
I
cooler.
don't know. That's weird. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we need to bring her in the show though.
We don't. I'm just saying, if we were going with that trope, I would rather it happen to his ex-wife or whatever than to him, because we've already seen that.
So what about? All right. So we obviously see like Blink gets shot at the end of that.
She dies.
But then at the very end of the season, which I knew this was going to happen, I knew she was going to come back.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
You knew that she was going to come back.
Yeah, too big of a character. For a series only in season 2? Yeah, too big of a... This isn't Game of Thrones. You're not going to kill her and then like, you know, we're like, Robb Stark's not really... Oh, they're marching around without his head.
Let me rephrase. Okay. I thought they were going to save that for next season.
Okay.
I was like, there's some way.
Do you think the dad's dead?
No.
I don't think he's dead either.
He's going to come back.
I think so too. I think that's activating his full power.
He's going to come back like a couple episodes in midway and allow for more character growth development for the kids without him weighing down, which is going to be good. It might balance out the show.
By the way, I hope it's not the Phoenix that's inside of him.
I want to slap you right now.
You think about it.
It better not be.
But think about it. I just blew your mind.
I swear, if you put this into existence to me, we are not longer friends for like a day.
Longer?
That's how messed up I am. I can't speak right.
But all I'm saying is I really hope it's not the Phoenix, because once you saw, like, all right, it's one thing where he's, like, disintegrating stuff and his hands are, like, on fire, And then I'm like, ooh, that's like, why red though? Like you could have went like with like black or like purpley blue.
It was like a magma color.
It was
though.
magma.
It was more magma.
And I was like,
than
oh, is he
fire.
gonna shoot fire? And it's like, oh, well, it's everything's incinerated. But then he kind of does like this explosion at the end, and I'm like, ooh, that's Phoenixy.
All the kids kind of like when they combine the powers, they explode and stuff like that. So I guess it's within that world.
Love Lauren, can't stand Andy.
Love Lauren. I like Andy.
I hate.
I don't hate him, but he's not. I don't like him as much as I did.
I think he's a wiener, and he's getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so with his arc. So a lot of the time they didn't focus on him. That's when I liked the show.
Okay.
You know what? Because like
I understand what you're saying.
Like number one,
they didn't know what to do with him. I feel like I don't think it's him as a character.
Or they were just waiting to do that arc where he's like, oh, I have to work with them even though I'm still not back home. But like, part of the show was like the underground. Like, how do we get Andy back? How do we get Andy back? How about you take care of yourselves because he clearly chose his path. You know what I mean? Like.
He's a grown man.
You should not be spending 7-8 episodes on this.
No, they spent.
And I
too
think
much
that
time.
was a big problem with the beginning of the season. But I think at the end of the season, again, let's go back to Blink. She comes back.
So the fact is, like, I need your help. Come with me. And then you saw fire. I was like, all right, this is an X-Men show. They're going to the future, and I am loving it.
Age of Apocalypse or Sentinels.
Sentinels. Sentinels makes more sense in the universe.
Days of Future Past.
No.
Hope not.
Sentinels. So what we're talking about, Age of Apocalypse, if you watch that terrible X-Men movie that came around, Apocalypse is like the first original mutant.
With Ivan Ooze.
With Ivan. Oh, God. First original mutant warlord kind of wants to come in,
All
kills
powerful.
everybody, wants everybody to be mutant, all mutant race. But I think
Thanos of mutants.
the Thanos of mutants. That's probably an easier way to say that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. The Sentinels are the X-Men killing robots. They're kill mutants. So in this kind of world, that makes more sense to me that they would develop that. They would go into that route. We kind of
Do
saw.
they have the money for that show?
I don't know.
Or also, is the show going to continue now that that property would be owned by Disney?
I think it would be. I know Legion is ending. With
Legion's
season 3.
ending after another season. Yes.
This, I feel like they could still go on, and they could just keep it going under that property. They might do one more season. They probably have a lot of it already filmed and done, so they're probably going to keep it going for at least one more season. For me, if they end with season 3 and they do a nice Sentinel arc, the show was like a nice little memory I will have.
I'd like to see some of the X-Men at the end of the show. Because
the end of the show has to be the X-Men coming back, right?
Has to be or the reforming with them
No,
becoming X-Men.
it has to be them coming back. Like we'll see like silhouettes of like the X-Men are back, yeah.
And then what? All the work they did was for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Everyone
it.
gets a big middle finger. And
They're like, you're done.
oh my
Are
god!
we allowed to do that? We just did.
I mean, no.
Fight me.
So
Dang,
like,
YouTube.
I think there's a lot of potential with the show. I think it went through some growing pains in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1 was a hit to me, and then I thought season 2 was kind of like, hey, let's take a chance with this, which happens a lot in series.
Of course.
Right? So we'll see with season 3. I'd like to see Lauren's kind of like her new power with the discs.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not just like a defensive thing. She could use it for offense as well. I'd like to see that progress.
I want Andy to develop new powers.
Yeah, like shutting his mouth and being an emo twat.
Yeah, something like that.
I want to see more like I just want to see John fight with tomahawks all day.
Oh my god, I can't wait for him to
And
get his
take
tomahawk.
shots to the freaking barrel chest.
By the way,
and eat that shit.
How badass was the mom with the 2 guns at the end?
Oh, that was so cool.
And she's like, bah, 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 bah. I was like, all right, my mom want to do that.
My mom would do that.
My mom would be like, bye, have a fun time, go, don't die.
Have a fun time. There's like grenades being thrown. Bye, have a good time.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just jump to
right
the left.
Just jump right in. You're fine.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Shake
I have
it off.
Neosporin for you if anything happens.
Shake it off. Your leg got blown off. Shake it off. You're fine. That's funny. But
true though.
So like, I'll tell you one thing I didn't like though. I thought the Morlock stuff was very odd.
What do you mean by that?
So, like, we know they're supposed to be weird, right? We're not supposed to be like, we have gone underground. We are not trying to be a part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
We brand ourselves with the M, which it bothered me that Erg just wasn't Bishop.
Yeah.
Because why have the same
M.
marking and you're not Bishop and you have basically the same powers as Bishop?
Real quick,
Yeah.
Can you explain to people who Bishop is and why the M is important?
Totally. Bishop is from the future. When the mutants get branded a mutant and there's a scar over his eye with an M.
They scratch it in their face.
Yep, they brand it / like carve it into your face. Mutant's this jacked big black guy with dreads. And his power is he can redirect energy just like Erg in the show, where like, Bishop has like a kind of like a Tommy gun that he uses. So when the energy he gets hit by energy, let's say Cyclops blast him, he could redirect that energy into stuff and double
with
it back
his gun.
With his gun and double it back at you. So
the eye thing was weird.
Yeah,
he should have just been
also,
Bishop.
Why didn't he have an eye that, like, I get it, they were like underground, but like I thought it was such wasted time of like I have to open the casing and then shoot you. Like, why couldn't the eye just like have like a full glass? And
the same reason Cyclops has to touch the side of his face to do it in the show
and activate the power levels. And
in the comics now he just goes, he just looks at them.
But I don't know. I thought that was a little annoying. I thought the additive of the new people there were like the girl who fell in love with Marcos was a storyline that went absolutely nowhere and didn't need to happen.
That's what I was going to talk about. I was like, his ex or something, and he gave the blood, and I'm like, all right, I have no connection. It was just a
girl he saved that, like...
I thought it was his ex.
No, that wasn't his ex. It was a girl he saved that was a part of that crew, and they were like, no, we'll stay here. We'll take the brand mark, and she, like, falls in love with Marcos, and he's obviously not over Lorna, and...
Marcos got a baby.
Baby and a baby mama. So like that whole storyline was literally for nothing because you have this girl fall in love with him. She's in 2 episodes, and that's it. And one of them she's unconscious for because she's bleeding to death.
Waste of their time.
I thought it was such a waste. So that was weird to me. But everything else, again, second half of the season, I really liked.
All right, you gonna stay with it? I'm assuming yes, right?
Yes, I'm gonna stay with it to see Thunderbird shirtless throwing tomahawks. Dude's a man.
He's the man. Here's the real question.
Yep.
Do you recommend it to our listeners or our viewers?
Oh, totally. I totally recommend it if you're an X-Men fan, and if you're looking for a new show. It's especially season 1's really binge-worthy.
I think it plays very well at binge.
I think season 2 slows up a little bit in the beginning, and then it hits really hard, especially with Blink dying.
I binged the last half of season 2,
I bet.
So it was not that bad.
Yeah,
it was good. If I had to wake every week, I could definitely tell I would not be happy right now.
Yeah, I would definitely...
content. I don't want to say I'm happy. I'm content.
Yeah, Sam, I'm content. I think it has a lot of room for growth.
Yes.
And especially adding new characters. Mm-hmm. Because, as we know, X-Men's always an ensemble.
Of course.
So, yeah, I think this has a growth we'll see, especially with Disney now owning it, too.
All right. That wraps up this episode of the Jersey Comic Krew podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you follow us on the social medias that we said. Links are down below. Or if you're listening to audio, you're just going to have to find us. It's at Jersey Comic Krew. Krews with a K. That's on Twitter. That's on Facebook. And that's on Instagram. You can also make sure you give a like, comment, subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Like, just smash it on your computer. And that's it. Yep. I'm Rob Moran.
I'm Chris Heller.
And we'll see you in a couple of days when we have the next episode.
JerseyComicKrew.podbean.com